M1 Global presents the history of MMA.
We now move to the light heavyweight division. Chuck Grigsby has made a successful transition from professional basketball to MMA by employing an impressive stand-up style, as he showed in his victorious M1 debut earlier this season versus Otanis Jambazov. Standing 6'6" and with a tremendous 78-inch reach, Grigsby wants to use his powerful punches and kicks to lead him to a very quick TKO victory. His opponent, Spencer Hooker, is highly experienced in both wrestling and submission grappling and has captured victory in 6 of his 8 career MMA bouts. Making his debut tonight in the M1 ring, Hooker intends to take this fight to the ground and then work for his favorite finish, a rear naked choke. In the light heavyweight division, Chuck Grigsby of Team USA East versus Spencer Hooker of Team USA West.
Now you can see here in this first round, Chuck Grigsby landing with a lot of strikes. Great job with the right hand, trying to time Hooker coming in with that big right uppercut. Scored with it early, scored with it often. You have to give that round to him 10-9.
Round number 2 upcoming. The bell in round number 2. Chuck Grigsby, the American for Team USA East, is in the white trunks with the black trim. Spencer Hooker, the American for Team USA West, in the white and black trunks, half and half.
Grigsby going back to that uppercut. That's been his bread and butter in this fight.
Again, Grigsby 6'6", Hooker 6 foot tall. Grigsby has used that height, used that reach and that range thus far in this fight.
But I think by not really turning it up at the end of that first round, I think he's let Hooker mentally back into this fight. You see, Hooker's still trying to make a fight out of it. He's moving forward, throwing hands. He's not mentally defeated, Sean. I think Grigsby took his foot off the gas at the end of that first round and really let Hooker back into this fight.
And Colin Oyama, the head coach of Team USA West, doing a great job of stopping the flow of the blood on the cut on the bridge of the nose of Spencer Hooker. Hooker definitely more active with his kicks, missing with that windmill left hand.
But you see that, a lot of times as a boxing referee, I'm sure you saw it. Guys win the first 3-4 rounds, then they kind of step off the gas and let the guy back into the fight unnecessarily. And that's what Charles Grigsby has done. When you get a guy mentally defeated, you want to stay on him. Really break him, let him know that, hey, this is my ring. You're not going to take it from me.
Grigsby came out flying, and then it's been a really methodical pace. And again, I'm surprised we have just not seen more of his kicks. He has really punishing body and head kicks. They've been all but absent in this fight.
They have been. It's one of those things where outside of the first round, you want to go to that strategy. They're most effective in the first round. Wearing a guy down, getting his legs swollen, hitting him in the ribs, affecting his breathing. It's not a strategy you want to go to so much in the second round.
Taking nothing away from Chuck Grigsby, though, because he's fighting a smart fight. He's not getting hit, and he's landing punches.
He's not. He's fighting a very, very smart fight. But you see, Hooker still believes he can win and make a fight out of it. He's moving forward. He's not fighting like a guy who's mentally defeated, which, could have happened at the way that first round started. We see a lot of guys in M1, Sean, start taking a beating, and then, they kind of give up. And Hooker has not done that. Now there's a cut over the left eye. Looks just over the lid, Sean, and you see that's a much more dangerous area to get cut.
Lid cuts are the worst cut to have. So I said a few moments ago, again, not from a cosmetic perspective, but from a fighting perspective, the best cut is probably in the scalp or on the bridge of the nose. Absolutely the worst cut, Jimmy, is in the lid.
You see it's just under the eyebrow on the left side. You saw him paw at it a little bit. I think that blood is affecting his vision a bit.
Grigsby, you see, just staring down his man. Staying on the outside. Spencer Hooker is showing a lot of heart, a lot of character in this fight.
If nothing else, Spencer Hooker has a lot of guts.
That left eye, though, is a disaster right now.
And what Hooker's not doing this round, he's not dropping his head like he did in the first round. It's a little harder for Grigsby to catch him with that uppercut coming in.
Our English referee, Craig Lawrence, I think is going to start looking closer and closer at the left eye of Spencer Hooker.
You see Hooker just periodically swiping the blood away.
Another straight pawing left jab by Grigsby. He's targeting that cut. He's a good enough puncher that he can do that.
Oh, he certainly can. Nice stiff jab. You see, but even when he's landing these combinations, you know, really popping Hooker's head back, he's not coming in with 3-4 power shots trying to finish him off. Pot shotting him, we'd say in boxing, he's just, you know, picking out his spot and throwing it. It's a smart strategy, but, you know, lots of it lets your opponent back in the fight, and it only takes one, you know, good right hand to end a fight.
Kick again from Spencer Hooker. Just not having much success on those kicks. Grigsby took hardly any time at all. Back to fighting.
See this crowd cheering. I think they really respect the guts of Spencer Hooker, and he gets the takedown.
First takedown of the night for Spencer Hooker. If he has a chance to mount the comeback, it starts right here. Closing seconds of round 2.
It's submission or nothing here, Sean. He's got to fly hard for the armbar, see if he can get the tap. I don't think he's going to have time to do it.
There's the bell. Time running out on Spencer Hooker. Just when he finally found his first advantageous position of this 10-minute fight. Overtime remains a possibility, Jimmy, but I think this is over inside of regulation.
I think it is. Once again, Chuck Grigsby found the range here. You see, ate a good right hand by Hooker, but 99% of the striking battle was won by Chuck Grigsby. Very accurate with the right hand, especially with that right uppercut. You know, a little more methodical in the second round, was picking his shots a lot more, wasn't out for blood like he was in the first. I think he let Hooker back in the fight mentally, but really from a tactical standpoint, he controlled this fight. I think he deserves a unanimous decision, Sean.
With the official decision, here is Ian the Machine Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 rounds of action, the judges have made a unanimous decision in favor of your winner in the blue corner, Chuck Grigsby.
The night of perfection for Team USA East continues. 4 out of 4 over Team USA West. Team USA East has already clinched their space in the 2009 M1 Challenge Finals, and now looking for a sweep in this opening semifinal here in Rostov-on-Don, Russia. By way of a very impressive and thorough unanimous decision, Chuck Grigsby defeats Spencer Hooker.